What's up of the morning to you laddies? My name's Man Buck. Welcome back to the Hay Farm series here on Griffin, Indiana. Previously, we ended up finally getting all of our moo-moos in the cattle pasture just north of our little homestead here. And one thing that I'm really glad about, because today we're going over quite a few finances. In real life, I actually like to write down quite a few of these things on notepads and papers and pencils. And since I wasn't I didn't apply my smartness in math, I usually like to write all this stuff down. So we got a lot we have to buy, and we have a few things we have to sell today, as I am very sad to inform you guys that the 6170M, we are going to keep this tractor, but I can't run the front loader on it. The real problem with it is that I have to go into the code and I have to take out the controls for the visor in the front. I cannot operate the front loader on this tractor anymore. For some reason, the game just does not allow me to do that. So this is not going to be our bale tractor anymore. It might pull the baler, but it's not going to be the tractor that we use to load it. So I'm going to have to flip my tires back to the inside, making this thing basically become a row crop tractor. And I'm going to use that to help do the field maintenance work on our wheat field just in the south side of town. Now, we also did try to get ourselves a different front loader mount, which is this MP Lift 275, and that did not work. But I have a tractor with a loader mount on the front that we're going to go look at that does fit this, that is going to be able to use, and now we're going to use that as our bale tractor. So, that is the main portion out of the way. We also have to run uptown because we're also going to be selling our Honda Rancher for $10,000. We have a guy that's going to be looking at that because I need to buy a John Deere 4x2 Gator with a lime spreader on the back. So I'm going to use that lime spreader to, in essence, do the lime work that we need to do on the wheat field. Now, this is a little greenhouse I had installed because I'm going to try to use some of this to make just a little bit of side chunk change. So we will activate our little plants, and you know, they're dead, but we can add water, which is exactly what we're going to go and grab. The moo-moos are doing just fine. They're a little low on food. And why is Gerald outside the fence? Got some eggs that are stacked up, and everything seems to be in order from last time. So without further ado, we're going to at least take care of the banking side of things, because I'm going to take out another, I believe, $100,000 loan, because that's what I'm going to have in order to keep my buffer space, as well as the funds necessary to make this project possible. I did end up also having to sell a couple pieces of equipment, but more of that later. We need to find a way up to the shed on the north side, so if anything, I'm just going to take my charger. Now, if you guys have not already, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe down below, as you do know we are on the race to the 100,000 subscriber mark by the end of the year. Apparently, the video on this series last time is starting to pop off, and I'm really appreciating you guys coming out here, checking out the channel, checking out the videos. And the nice thing about it is I ended up just taking out the slippage mod that it goes with the wheels. I think that's going to help me with mainly this car, the 4030, which I've said is a terrible tractor in essence of its traction level, but we'll be able to deal with that right after we, take off our fence. That's going to help the resale value. We'll just park this up here for right now. I do need to get the cows... I do need to get the cattle some sort of food because they are running a little bit low. But like I said, we're going to be selling our rancher here. So we have a buyer coming in at 9:15. He said we'll meet him out here. He'll take the trailer itself. But while we're waiting for him, we are going to get the cattle fed and the banker called. So I'm not going to call the banker on the phone while I'm recording. So we'll catch you guys once the moo-moos are fed and the bank's taken care of. Okay, Dennis. Thank you, sir. Yeah, sorry it's kind of loud. I'm out here feeding cattle right now. You too. We'll take care. Okay, so that was Dennis. We just got off the phone with our banker. We ended up getting approved for the loan. The nice thing is that I keep all my finances on track, so I actually can keep account of how much I do owe. So I did get my loan, but we're going to finish up, and the cows now have their food. But we are going to grab our rancher for one last time and fill up our water trailer, come back, and give the moo-moos a drink of water, as well as get the greenhouse some water. So we'll catch you guys probably back down at the greenhouse, because by that time the rancher is going to be sold and we're going to have to go and look at a 4x2 Gator. That does look good. We put about 3/4 worth of our capacity of water in the greenhouse, so that should now start producing our veggies of all sorts and all kinds. But with that, our Honda now has been sold. We sold it for about $9,700. The guy worked us down. I mean, like, it was used. I did use it for quite a bit, and plus we did maybe do a little bit of strenuous work to it, but it's a Honda. The thing will last forever. I really am going to miss the tight turn radius I could get with that thing, but to new adventures we technically go. I also just basically sold my ride to get back up to the top of the thing, so I got to make a run up to the top shed and grab my Ram so we can head into town and start looking at all these new options of things we need to go and buy. So a breakdown of the things we need to look at here is a cedar, which I know there is an little old case. It kind of looks like an I can't remember which deer it is. It's just one big long box, 2-rib wheels on there. We also need to look into a disc, which I know of a 230 John Deere disc ripper that we can get. That's $5,000. The cedar is about $6,000. There is a little bit of a 3-point sprayer that we can get for about $3,500. I need to get my lime spreader and the gator, which I can get for a combo of about $17,500 or $17,700, give or take. And the tractor that I'm going to need to use and buy for my front loader so I can haul bales is probably going to cost me about $34,000 with the one I'm looking at. Now, the one that I'm looking at is kind of a surprise, so we'll look into that once we get to it. So sit back, relax, and let's go and pick ourselves up some equipment. The first thing we're going to be purchasing here is our John Deere Gator. We're actually purchasing this from the ballpark as the city approved them to pretty much get a new Gator or a new maintenance vehicle, but it's basically considered a state vehicle to a point, so I can kind of snag this thing for cheap.
A few moments later.
Well, Phil's a nice guy. We ended up buying the Gator from the park for $15,000. That's with the spreader included. So that'll help us get this figured out. And if you guys are wondering where my Iron Bolt trailer went, because this is clearly not the same rims, nor why does it say Lizard Logistics? I updated the trailer, and then I kind of forgot that I have to change all that stuff back, so I have to remake my... I have to remake the trailer, so it actually is the correct one. So don't mind that for this episode. But with that now strapped down, make our way back to the house. So the new tractor we're actually going to go and look at is part of a retirement auction sale, so we're going to have to head to that. That's also where the majority of all of our other pieces of equipment that we're looking at are going to be at. So if anything, we need to prep to go to that auction because that's going to be starting here at about 10 o'clock. So we're going to unstrap this, get it off the trailer. We're going to get on the road and start heading to the auction. So it's just this little farm on the south side of town. Hopefully we're not, like, you know, late or... Oh, okay, so there's already people here. That's nice. I guess I'm just going to park right here then. Yeah, that's kind of packed. Well, let's see what we can come up with. So grabbing my checklist here, we are looking for a cedar, a disc, a sprayer, and a tractor. Well, there's our sprayer. It's right actually about the size we need, and the hoses look like they're in good condition, so definitely going to be looking for that. Oh, conveniently, there's the cedar. 5100 case. This is an older one, and of course I'm going to have to get some sort of disc, which, okay, there's one right there. But I think this one's going to cost me roughly $5,000 if I really want to get one, but I don't see a regular wing disc, so this might actually be a little bit more expensive than I'm thinking. There's a plow disc that, I don't know if I may be able to afford that. I don't need any of those, don't need any of that. Ooh, I might actually look into this roller. I need to get something so I can roll the ground. Don't need the combine. Well, that's not bad. Actually, what is this? 806? Doesn't even have the mount brackets for front loader up. Can't do that. Ooh. This is the one we're looking at, guys. So we are looking at a 2155 white Series 3 tractor. This thing is amazing. Pop up inside. It actually does already... Holy cow, look at the visibility on that, actually. I did not know how visible... That is good visibility. Rollover non-existent, but that's good visibility. So it looks like we have a sprayer, like if I were to be doing a pull-behind sprayer, that looks like that's about what this was set up for. So not too shabby. It is looks like it's a quad range, some sorts. Couple ranges, not too bad. Definitely going to be looking out for that because I know that tractor has about 170 horsepower, and I need something. We can get the brackets. Like I said, this one should fit our one at home. I already have the barrel weight in the back. We can put on there. And it's going to be our bale tractor, or at least our bale loading tractor. And a 42. They have a three-wheeler. This has to come home. This has to come home with me. Okay, I sold the Rancher. I still want something. I can get this little Honda if I want. Oh, it's a 4010. That's not too bad, but I mean, I'd rather have a 4020 if I'm going to get anything, but I don't need one because I already have the 1755 and I already have the 6410. So we're going to get on with the auction here, get our auctioneer set up and ready to go up at the stand, and we'll see what we can do with this. I don't know how much of the auction I'm actually going to record because I don't want to catch a fight with somebody, so we'll kind of let you guys know on certain parts of the process.
2 hours later.
Okay, so a majority of the bidding has gone down now. The case has sold here. This one sold for, I believe, $32,000. It was kind of a steal, but the combine's a little bit old. Just right now, they are kind of starting to get to these tools, which I'm really kind of looking to get some of these because my welder's not the greatest. I could use a new impact and an air tank, and the fan, obviously, of course, wouldn't be a bad accessory. We are getting to also the bigger equipment. I did end up purchasing the 5100 here for my limit at $6,000, so that was a nice little gig. Picked that up. I did also pick up this case 4900. I did also pick up this case for $90 for $5,000. So I'm gonna get all the checks written out here once I get everything going. I didn't catch anything out here. I did buy the roller for an extra $500, so we did end up catching that, but we're actually going to start getting the auction going on, by the sounds of it, they're getting ready to do the white tractor, so we got to get over there and get ready to go. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Prohaska Family Farm Retirement Auction. We have this beautiful 155 white Series 3 tractor. This thing has brand new rubbers all the way around the tractor. Freshly aligned. This thing is set and ready to go in your field. Service manuals and records can be found with the farm owner. If you'd like to go talk to Daryl over there, he would be lovely to help you out and get you set up with this tractor. And we start the opening bid at $20,000. Can I get $20,000 for this beautiful 155? Can we get 20, 20, 20? Can I get 20, 20, 20? There, we got 20. Can we get 25, 25, 25? Can I get 25, 25, 25, 25, 20? Can I get 25, 25? There's 25. Can I get 27, 27, 25? Can I get 27, 27, 27, 27, 27? There we go. We got 27. Can we get $30,000 for this beautiful 155 Series 3 white? Can we get 30? Can we get 30?
Would you stop it? I'm trying to buy this tractor.
Can we get 32 for this beautiful
I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
3 tractor. This thing is in immaculate condition, folks. There, we got 32. Can we get 34? Can we get 34? Oh, we got 34.
Gonna make me go broke.
34.
This is
34.
getting broke.
Come on, people. We know this tractor's going to be out for sale. Come on, this is a once-in-a-lifetime grab right here. Can we get 32? Can we get 32? 32, 32, 32. Can we get there? 32. Can we get 34? 34, 34. Can we get $34,000 for this tractor? Yep. I'm watching you, buddy. We got 34. Can we get 34.5? Can we get 34.5? Can we get 34.5? We got 34.5 on the mark. Can we got 34.5? We got 34.5. 34.5 going once. 34.5 going twice. Come on now, people. We got this one. 34.5 sold to the man over there. Auction number 354. And that's how we do it, folks. We just bought ourselves the 155 white Series tractor for $34,500. With our grand total of all this stuff being bought here, so far, the last thing I'm going to go for is this little Honda 3-wheeler, which I'm probably going to maybe able to try to see if I can steal this for like $1,000 or something. So we'll kind of wrap that up. We'll see what you guys can do with this. And after communicating with Daryl, we ended up picking every single thing we needed up for $50,000. We ended up getting, like I said, we picked up the little 3-wheeler here for about $1,000. We ended up getting the white tractor, the wing disc here, as well as our seeder. Now, I might need to get one of these or a plow of some sort at some point, so I might try and go looking on Tractor House or Auction Time to see if I can't pick something up there. But we did get the roller as well. So we're going to get as much of this stuff loaded up on the trailer so we can bring it home as possible. Might actually just drive the white tractor home with the disc or the planter, give or take which one we can do easier. And then we'll just kind of find our way back. So without further ado, we're going to like navigate our way home. I think that actually might be a hitch. So yeah, we'll figure out a way home. And as you guys can see, we, after a little bit of time, we finally got a majority of our stuff loaded up. The only thing we still have left to load is our little sprayer here. So the yard has been completely cleared out. That International, that mower, and that gravity wagon have been purchased by a guy. He just hasn't come to pick them up yet. We already ran back the seeder, but before we actually take back the disc, I'm going to unhook this from that and hook it up to the sprayer, so that way we can have all of our stuff on the trailer. We can make this back in 2 trips. So we are going to get on the road. More than likely, what I'm also going to end up doing is we're going to obviously have to take the 3-wheeler for a spin. You can't just not buy a 3-wheeler and not go trail riding with it. And conveniently, I have that trail that's right behind my house, so we're definitely going to get to that. Don't you worry. Like I said, we're going to get this loaded up. We're going to hook back up to our disc here, and we'll see you guys back at the farm with all this wonderful new equipment we just got. Alright, so we are on a mission. I like always seeing, like I've always said, I like seeing a very big piece of equipment going faster than it looks like it should, because it's like, that man is on a mission. But we're on our way back up right now with the white tractor. We're going to bring this up to our cattle barn Quonset, and we'll drop off the disc there. And then we'll run back to the house and get our bucket installed on this tractor since we already have the loader for it. The one thing I'm going to need to do is I'm going to clean up the bucket that I got, maybe give it a coat of primer, and then I'll come back to it with a can of black spray paint, and I'll just basically repaint my bucket so it's the correct color. It's probably going to be the best course of action that I can do. But it might take a couple days for it to fully cure, even though it's just going to rip the paint off and the bucket. What do you expect? I kind of want to make it look somewhat pretty, though. While we're doing that, we're going to catch you guys once we actually get to probably unloading the trailer, because you guys can kind of see the Dodge up there. We'll get that all unloaded, we'll get things going, and then we might just take the old Honda out for a little rip on the trails, because I actually have that trail that's behind the house, so we'll see you guys when we're having a little bit more fun. How about that? Now that we have that filled up, we're just going to wash off the bucket here, get into all the crooks and crevices, and then we're going to take it. We could just probably do it right here. It should be fine. But we'll get this fired up. All of our levels seem to be in good favor. We'll crank on all of our different settings here. Actually turn up our PSI, make sure it's at max power. There we go. Get that bucket nice and sparkly. Not too bad, I just want to get into all these real cracks and whatnot, so I want to make sure I get this bucket sprayed right. Now I'm very well aware this is a very, like, you wouldn't actually do this on an average basis, you just run the green bucket, but the thing is that I really want to actually make this thing look half decent. So I'm going to give it just a nice little even coat of primer here. And we'll see if we can get a nice good coating. I think that should just about do it. I'm not even going to worry about the underside part of the bucket. Just want to make sure I can get into as many of these places as possible. But the underside of the bucket's literally the most useless thing to paint on one of these things, because all it's going to do is just scrape off on the ground. But there's that, so I'm going to get the black spray paint out, and we're going to get this bucket looking nice and paint matched. So, yeah, we're going to wash things, because that's what's in my hand. Okay, well, let's, I'll get the bucket painted up here, and we should be good to go after that. Now look at that bucket. That thing is a beaut. You got all nice. I put on some really, really thick, heavy paint on there, so of course it's just going to scratch off over time, but at least it'll keep the bucket nice for now, and also, at least for when we painted it, it'll keep a majority of the rust off of it. So that's just going to be help to keep it nice and keep it nice for longer, even though a bucket's just basically going to get beat up as it goes. But I really like that now because we do have a paint-matched tractor, so that we actually can do bales again. I will be using the barrel weight more than likely that I use on the back of our 6170M if I don't have it. It's still up at the shed. And I'll just end up probably going to buy one or making one myself. Well, let's get on our little three-wheeler here. And we're going to go trail riding with that thing because I want to do that. And I did not forget to turn off my flashers, all right? I remember to do that. I'm smart. So don't make fun of me, all right? I like my moped helmets. I'm very well aware this is the horse helmet, but I also got my my jacket on because, you know, it really does help. But yeah, we're gonna take the moped helmet out. This is the trail I'm talking about. So, is this thing meant for vehicles of motors? No. Motorized vehicles prohibited. Well, don't mind if I do. But I love going to the back roads. If you guys had not explored Griffin, Indiana, like coming back here on this farm, there's like an actual full-blown trail system that runs back through these the tree lines here. But it just kind of winds through the map, and it's just really, really cool because you just get to like explore. Big Red's definitely holding up. Like I said, you can't like not have fun with some of these things. Hello. That wasn't an ER visit waiting to happen. The other thing that sucks about these is that their suspension is how flat you have the tires. The older ones, they don't. I hit a deer. Ooh. Hey, we actually came out on back on one of my grass fields. Well, you didn't tell me I had a summer beach resort down here. Holy cow, I'm gonna need to come out here more often. I had no idea this thing was out here. What do we got over here? I just found $1,500 worth of coins laying on a table. Okay, so if anybody needs to know, there's $1,500 free dollars sitting on a picnic table out here on the trail. You just gotta find it. But just look at that majestic thing. Like this is like one of my favorite things now. These things are like, they're death machines on wheels, but they're so much fun. One of these days I'm gonna buy one of these things. All right, one of these days I will own a three-wheeler. Am I probably gonna get hurt on it? More than likely. But is it gonna be fun in the process? Absolutely. Except for the bill that's probably going to happen and the things that my mother will not be very happy with me on. But we'll see you guys back at the farm, as I do want to try and grab the gator and go throw some lime down there on the wheat field. So that's what we're going to take care of next. And let's try to get back in one piece. I think I need to go straight. I'm pretty sure I need to go straight. Yes, I needed to go straight. So let's grab the gator and get throwing some limes. I think I got a pallet still sitting back in this shed. You know, I completely forgot to take off my my gears, so what I'm actually going to do after this as well is I'm going to run into the house and get on my overalls, so that way I'm not getting all my decent clothing covered in lime. I'd rather not do that. Now we got our work outfit on here. We got our coveralls, our work gloves, so we don't get our hands all, you know, gunked up with lime. Got our sunshades and our sun hat, as well as our work boots. Let's ride down to our little field here. We're going to get some lime spread. Have some fun. Well, that worked fantastically, so all we're going to do now is we're just going to pick up this little bit of excess lime that we had sitting on the ground over here. Kind of accidentally got dumped over the side a little bit. But we'll kind of scoop that up. Daryl's going to take off. He's a real trooper, man. He's been here when things are getting tough, things are getting need to be done. That is the best farmhand on the face of the earth right there, I tell you what. We'll get this loaded up into the back of our spreader. We might just either keep it or we might throw it on our yard. We might do something with it. there is that. So we're going to get this back to the house, as we don't really have a whole lot else we need to do with it right now. We are going to need to start cutting grass again, which we'll be done with the Heston. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe down below. If you do like this old white tractor we ended up picking up, be sure to leave a comment, be sure to drop a like, and also be sure to hit that subscribe button for more content, as we also do know that we do also have the Oliver, which, as you guys can technically tell, on the front it also says white, so that's technically new enough to be a white tractor, but this is the real deal right here. So I'm kind of sad 6170M can't be used as a front-loader tractor now until I decide to go in and fix it, but I think it's good to bring in a different variety of equipment. So we're going to get packed up, cleaned up, get everything else ready to go. So without further ado, be sure to check out the Boomstick Club for all the up-to-date content from me and the gang. You guys already know who is in it, and I shall see you guys all in the next one. This is The Rental, Man Out. Peace.